I have two anchors, and one of them is pointing towards the bow and going into the cork. That obviously needs to change. If you have not subscribed yet, could you please do that? It's free and it helps me. Thank you. Hello. Well, I'm gonna update you on the things I'm doing to prepare for leaving New Zealand. I have been here since mid-September and around 6-7 months. Renewed my visa a couple of times and now I'm preparing to leave. I'm currently in Marsden Cove Marina and well, I have lots of things to do actually. Like I got lists and lists and lists, and luckily I have got a lot of people around me who help me out. On my lifelines there is a security cleat which is fluorescent, and it's the Wichard cleats, and now they have broken, so I need to replace them. I had new rubbers in the hatches, and well, they didn't work out quite the way we hoped they would, so that has got renewed now with Goyo rubbers, and I hope that will make everything watertight, since that's very important. There was a leakage in one of the new side windows, so we had the port window when I was here in October done, which is pretty good, and now the starboard window has got worse, and that's where all the electrical equipment is, so we got that redone. This morning I started with unboxing my new Cobra floating VHF. It's not too difficult. You screw on the antenna, you screw on the lithium battery, you screw on the clip, and then you test in which country it is, and then it's all set to go. My old one just didn't do all the buttons anymore, and it's just a nuisance. When you go into a harbor, you want to have it working perfectly fine, so it does. I have two anchors, and one of them is in the front cabin, and it's actually pointing towards the bow and going into, well, not into the hull, but into the cork which is there. And that obviously needs to change, so Tim is gonna help me out with that. I got a piece of wood. We're gonna fix that on the bow so it prevents the anchor from hitting in. Tim is here today to help me out with the anchor situation, and he's gonna do the first step, and that is dropping a nail. So what are you going to do today, Tim, helping me with?
So we're trying to find a way to avoid the anchor from going upwards.
Yep.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this tiny piece of wood against the bow from the inside.
Yeah.
And we're gonna lean the anchor against it. And then we put this nice, whatever it is called, strap holder thingy.
Yep.
On this, and we're gonna strap down the anchor. And
Nice.
it's hopefully gonna be perfectly in place.
Wonderful. And we're gonna use Sikaflex for it.
Of course.
Of course. So this is the old situation with the tip of the anchor going into the cork and we want to prevent it from going into the bow. So what's the plan?
So the plan is to fix this thing with this side on the bow.
Yep.
With this nice Sikaflex.
Yes.
And I'm going to do this up front because this is
messy.
Always messy.
Yes.
You can't work clean with Sikaflex anywhere.
Okay.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
So put all the Sikaflex we had on it.
Okay.
Unfortunately, due to the form of the bow, which is a bit round.
Yes.
I just had that on the position, and you can see it only stuck there and here a bit.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to distribute the Sikaflex a little to the edges so it has more contact.
Okay. So how much time does it take for the Sikaflex to dry out?
Or in the technical paper sheet, I think it says something like an inch per 24 hours, but only in sort of open air, and then from, well, like a ball, so from all the sides.
Mm-hmm.
But as this one is relatively or covered relatively good and is not so exposed to air humidity, this might take, I'd say, at least 3 to 4 days.
Yeah.
And until it's really completely hardened out, I'd rather say a week, 1.5. Difficult to say.
Yeah.
Depends on the humidity. So
Yeah.
if it's very warm and you start sweating in here, it might get faster.
Yes. Oh, when it stops raining and the sun goes back, then the hull gets warmer. That could also help.
Yes and no. It dries a bit faster when it's warmer, but still, as it reacts with the air humidity, it still needs a bit of water.
Yes.
So it actually might be a bit slower because it's warmer and thus a bit drier. So,
Okay.
but not so much.
Yeah.
So fingers crossed.
Yes.
The perfect glue spot, because to do it really perfectly, you would have to shake the wood into the form.
Yeah.
But still, the Sika can sort of bridge over the gaps.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of feeling or hoping that it has the most surface connection.
Yes. What's the settings?
So,
yep.
Home to give the top.
Yep.
So that's our piece of wood now.
Yeah.
Nicely in position.
Yeah.
Hopefully nicely glued.
Yep.
And I already attached the strap here, the new one.
Yeah.
To hold the anchor down. It's still very loose because the glue still has to harden out. So
Yeah.
So now it's waiting.
Yeah, and I think it's good that there's pressure on it, like from the
from the anchor,
anchor and the anchor chain, that it holds the wood to the bow.
Yeah, I mean it stays in position already, sort of by itself. But
it's
a bit of pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Very happy.
Let's go.
Well, Brendan, so nice to have you back here. And
back again.
Yes.
After you've had a nice Christmas break. And
yep. Back in Marsden Cove. So I asked you to replace my batteries. Can you tell me something about what you are going to do and why we're going to do it?
So, as you've brought up, it's all a maintenance-based strategy. The batteries are currently functioning fine, but as you're about to go on another long leg of your journey, it would definitely pay to, and you don't have a huge amount of battery capacity on board.
Yeah.
It would pay to replace them before you have a point of failure.
Yeah.
So yeah, you've gone about getting some replacement Victron batteries brought in
Yeah.
from Australia and rushed over here thanks to the guys at Lusty's.
Exactly.
And yeah, we'll go about getting them isolated first, or that most of the system is already isolated.
Yeah.
The switches are already off. We've just taken your charge breakers and turned them off. And there's another breaker here. Unfortunately, a bit of the system isn't labelled. I'm not too sure what that one is for, but we'll isolate that. And then we'll go down the track of decommissioning these batteries, take them out, and then physically go ahead with the changeover.
And the way they are like set up now is that they're cross connected, and that they go like the solar panel fuels up the house batteries, and when they're full the rest of the energy goes to the starter battery.
Yeah, correct. So you do have two MPPT regulators up under there.
Yep.
Using the Cyrix
Yep.
to link between your house and your start. The house batteries are running in a parallel configuration, and it then brings them in to charge up your start battery.
Yep.
Links them together once you need to.
Yep.
Or once these have reached full capacity or near full capacity.
And you disconnect everything, and then you will connect everything again and check the BMV or install it again, or how does it work?
Correct. So your BMVs are already set at 100%.
Yeah.
It's currently being kept alive through your solar system.
Yes.
Your solar is still going into the house side of it. So even though it's isolated off the battery, your MPPT regulators are still supplying power.
Yep.
It's just how it's been wired. The BMV will automatically recalibrate itself to full. There's a voltage current threshold built into it that once it gets to that voltage, it will, for a period of time, it will automatically reset to 100%.
And also it will like break, because I since shortly have this what is it, fridge, and I noticed when I put my Iridium Go on that the fridge was not using any batteries anymore because the total battery was low because there was no sun for a couple of days.
A lot of your higher end fridges do have a low voltage disconnect in them.
Yeah.
So
happy that you're here.
We'll get into it.
Yep, great.
I'll bring the other batteries in now.
Yep. Sort of.
30 kilos?
30 kilos.
40.
So what's interesting?
It's just strange that they've powered the battery monitor off the start battery. So the battery monitor is permanently powered.
So you're writing the date on it for reference, like when it's replaced, right?
Correct, just for your own information.
Yep.
If you feel like it's not up to capacity, you've got a reference as when you actually purchased it, rather than having to look back through invoices.
Yep. All right, thanks. You need anything?
This is the part you don't want to go, pros me.
Oh yeah. Yes, yes. Yes. So you don't go to the gym anymore?
Not since having kids.
Not since having kids. No, because you do this physical work. Like
every time I come to this boat, it's a really hot day.
Yes, yesterday was a better day actually. I moved all my stuff from one place to the other, and then you need like cloudy days.
Yeah.
Preferably rainy days.
So where's the next stop, Jacqueline?
next stop is Vanuatu.
Oh, nice.
Yes. So that will be end April.
Yep. A few weeks sailing up to there, is it? Or
yeah, from now on everything is like either 2 or 3 weeks sailing.
yeah.
more long distances. And then I'll go from Vanuatu to Thursday Island, Torres Strait, and then Thursday Island, and then Cocos Keeling and Christmas Island.
Oh, nice.
And from there to Mauritius. And when I was in Tonga, I was not sure if I needed to hold the boat out there and like redo the bottom paint, or come here and haul it out within a month. And I thought, well, let's go clean to New Zealand. So I hauled it out in Tonga, and now like 6-7 months later I need to redo it
Yeah.
again. So well, makes the boat speed up more. It's good.
Easier sailing.
Yeah, but it's like if you have the boat laying still for so long, it's like
Comes and in the closer confines to shore, isn't it? It grows a lot better.
yeah, it grows a lot. And also on the prop, so not a lot of speed there, then it's not favorable.
Sorry, so the water pump issue that you mentioned last time, that was something on the intake, was it, in the end?
Oh,
On the
yes. Yeah, so I had 2 issues. So one was the intake of the water pump.
yeah.
And that was before the bridge in Whangarei Town Basin. So I was leaving, people were waving, and then somebody said, "Your engine is running dry." He shouted it over the marina. I was like, "What? Your engine is running?" I said, "That's not possible." I check everything before I go. I checked the water goes out, and then
It's in a
nothing came
plastic
out.
bag or something. Or?
Maybe, and then well, we tried several things to clean the hoses and stuff, and
Yeah.
finally we put a plastic tube through the inlet hose, and that did it. Yeah, what you say? Maybe it was a plastic bag instead of cockles or something. There was definitely something in. So we got that out and that worked, and then I sailed to Kauai during the night because I was later through the bridge than I anticipated, which was all fine. And then I stayed there for one night, and then I went to Auckland, and then I called you again, or called you, because you know the filter was not tight enough and there was air coming through.
Yes.
And I had that before. So when I changed fuel filters, was it Fatui or something, somebody helped me do that also. We did it together. And then I tested it, I run it, you know, like 30 minutes, blah,
That's
blah, blah.
the strange thing, is that it did, like, it
Yes.
ran for so long. That's,
Yes.
yeah.
No, and so that was a similar thing. It
Yeah.
ran for so long, and you think, oh, big maintenance, everything is okay. It was the same thing there, because only the difference was we did it ourselves. So that was like,
Yeah.
oh shit, we did it wrong or something. And now, maybe so it came loose by the vibration of the engine or something.
Or it could be, maybe, I'm just guessing, maybe the rubber is a little bit softer once the diesel's sat with it.
How did it go, you think?
Everything went pretty well. The battery swap was very straightforward. The checks over the rest of the electrical system, well, inside the battery bay there, have uncovered a couple of less than ideal things.
Yeah.
We just
Like-
found that one of the, unfortunately it's gone back away now, but if we bring the camera in here we can reveal it.
Yeah.
So I've left it loose currently at the moment. I just need to go back and get some heat shrink.
Yeah.
We've found that the crimp on the lead going to the starter motor, and obviously the charging system on the motor, has got no heat shrink identifying it, and also this battery switch terminal
Yep.
or stud was very, very loose.
Yep.
So that obviously leads to extra resistance, poor charging,
Yep.
and general heat build up.
Yep.
Cables off, and
Yeah.
you just put them onto the one stud. So
Okay.
you basically try and stack all of them up whatever way you can. It doesn't matter how they're sticking out of the
Yeah.
switch, but you just join them all together.
Okay.
It won't cause any issues. It just means that it's hardwired on.
Yeah.
So in principle, all the switch does when you turn it on is it joins across, it contacts those all together.
Yeah.
So if it fails, generally what happens is the back will break out of it. This white piece will break off the back,
Yeah.
and it'll be sitting in there loosely.
Yeah.
Which probably makes it easier. You just throw the rest of the switch away.
Yeah.
And put all 3 of those cables onto the one stud.
Yeah.
Just as an emergency.
Yeah.
Get you home. You need
Yes.
if something happens, it's handy to know.
I bought.
And can lead to various other issues. So we'll get a bit of red heat shrink on there.
Yep.
To identify the battery lead better, and to seal it up from any salt air contamination into the copper. And then we will get it all torqued back down and put the battery switch back in, and we'll call it a day.
Yeah, lovely. And you also did something here, right, with the connection. You turned something around.
Oh, sorry, yeah. So we've just changed it so that the washers are holding firmly.
Yep.
The way this was initially set up, the nut was against the crimp terminal.
Yep.
And so this way we've got the flat washer onto the copper crimp terminal, and the nut is on the other side here where it's a stainless tang.
Yep. And it's cross connected again like it was.
It's exactly how it was before.
Yeah, yeah.
So our main negative feed is off here,
Yeah.
main positive feed is off here.
Yeah. And no changes to cables without prior notice of the owner.
No changes to any systems without prior notifying the owner.
Thanks. Well, thanks again for being here. I'm very happy that you did the work for me.
Not a problem at all.
Yeah.
We look forward to following the rest of your adventures on YouTube, and yeah,
Thanks.
happy sailing.
Yeah, thank you. What else? Let me think. Well, I can have a look at my list, of course. Oh yeah, so I have, of course, the grocery shopping to do, and it's all the small things that take up quite some time, actually. Yes, and then I've got all the entrance papers for customs and immigrations, and I want to have that ready for, well, Vanuatu, Thursday Island, Cocoskeeling, Christmas Island, and Mauritius. So you have to have a pre-declaration before you go in, a number of papers whilst clearing in, and then something to clear out again. Because I will not be staying there very long in those places and probably don't have access to internet. So either people from other boats with Starlink can help me out, or I'll buy a SIM card, or I use the Wi-Fi. But having all those papers done before I leave will give me peace of mind. I made another provision plan, and it just feels like I'm back in the Netherlands before I left. So halfway in New Zealand means doing everything again. It's like cleaning the boat up, it's like doing my provision plans again, making new calculations about the amount of diesel, the amount of water, the amount of cooking alcohol, the amount of oatmeal, milk, rice, pasta, all kinds of stuff. And well, it's good fun. And the thing is, you cannot take a lot of things with you in countries, because seeds and oats and everything, and honey, eggs, fruit, vegetables, they're not allowed to go in the country. So I just buy them for the leg I'm sailing, then eat everything, or maybe give something to the fish, and then buy new provisions when I'm in the new country. And Australia and Thursday Island, Christmas Island and Cocoskeeling is all Australia, but they're different zones. So therefore it goes the same as going to a different country. You need to clear in all together. And you need to buy new fruit and veggies from a supplier that gives you a certificate. So paper with a certificate, and you can show that to customs and immigrations that you have bought it in their area. What else? yeah, so cleaning the boat in and out, I have obviously limited space. And that means that a lot of things I have in the berth, in the V-berth, or under the V-berth, both actually. And so cleaned everything out, took with me which I wanted to use for the next 2 months, and put all the things back in there nicely and neatly so it doesn't take up too much space. I gave away the canoe because I got that from friends of mine, and that takes up too much space as well. I got rid of the additional alcohol to wash my hands with and the fluid for my contact lenses, since I cannot wear them because there's a lot of salty air and lots of sun. So having my glasses on is what I can do to see properly looking afar. Then in cleaning up everything and doing the boat work here, I hurt my back very badly. So yesterday I couldn't walk, barely go into my bed, and I got lots of help from people, like warm stuff to put on my back, and I feel a bit better already today. And tomorrow I have a deep tissue massage of my back, so that's very nice. Let's see what I else have. Well, I need to make more videos obviously, and pre-plan them so that you can still watch videos. And today I only spent like 6 hours on one video, so I need to keep working on that. Yeah, and then get my finances right to pay taxes in the Netherlands. That's all done because from now on I'll be sailing and have not a limited internet, so it's important to have that done. And on Saturday there is something special from the Ocean Cruising Club, and I will fill you in on that a little later on. See you then. Bye. Currently I'm editing my videos in Marsden Cove Marina, and today and yesterday were very windy days. So this morning we had 58 knots of wind, lots of rain, and yeah, time to make some new videos. If you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel. That would mean a lot to me, and it doesn't cost you anything. It's free and it helps me. If you want to sponsor me, that's also an option. You can become a patron, and that is patreon.com/loveworks, or for one-time or monthly donations through PayPal, it's paypal.me/loveworks. Thanks very much and see you soon. Bye!